Sup, my precious students, and welcome to this what if. To what if Deku was Mahito's reincarnation. Mahito is from the series Jujutsu Kaisen, and before we get into anything, there's gonna be manga spoilers for Jujutsu Kaisen, but it's just for Mahito's powers. Like he unlocks a few, or I may say there are more, let's say, techniques shown later in the manga, and also a new form that I'm gonna be including in this what if. So yeah, there's gonna be like a few spoilers for Mahito's powers in this what if. But I think we're just going straight in. So we're gonna be beginning with explaining the powers of Mahito. So basically, he just has like, he's just stronger. So yeah, he's a curse. You know, you should have watched Jujutsu Kaisen to know what's going on. You know, he's a curse. So he's like not a human, and he has enhanced strength, speed, reflexes. Yeah, and he has more durability. You know. He can use normal jujutsu, like he has curse energy manipulation, and he can use Black Flash. His techniques is idle transfiguration, which gives him the ability to reshape souls. So basically, he can like control souls of people, which is pretty OP. You know, he is OP, like really. So yeah. I think we're just going straight into this one. So basically, Deku just gets born normally. Oh wait, okay, no. Deku doesn't get born normally. So what's gonna happen is that Inko can't get a baby, you know, because she like has a body defect. Can you say it like that? Yeah. So she can't get a baby, and so she adopts one, you know, and that will be Deku. Deku's just gonna look the same for like plot reasons, but actually, what happened? Like, you know, curses they spawn, you know, they basically spawn out of like feelings of people, and let's just say that he spawned out of the feelings, and he just like his feelings just became the same as the Deku in the series. So basically, he's just gonna be Deku. And because he looked so alike as Inko, you know, she adopted him, and you know, he's just gonna be like a curse. So you know, he was found like somewhere. Yeah. So basically, that's how that will work. He will just grow up normally, which doesn't really make sense, but you know, he will just grow up normally. Okay. This is plot. Okay. I can't do anything about it. Yeah. Okay. So that will basically how that works. The Quirk Doctor. I think we're just gonna go with, yeah. He has no quirk. Yeah, he just has no quirk. But you know, the Doctor noticed that he may have a quirk because like his body regenerated or some shit. So you know, he was like confused. His body moved like a bit, so he doesn't really know if he has a quirk. So basically, he says he's not sure, but it could be that he has a quirk. You know, maybe his quirk has to do something with his body, so he couldn't really see if he has a quirk or not. So it's like, I'm not sure, maybe. So you know, so he doesn't really get bullied that much, but he still does, you know, because he doesn't really have a quirk. So yeah, one day he gets bullied like by Bakugo, obviously, and basically what's gonna happen is that Bakugo, like, let's say he was just so angry that he accidentally used his quirk on Deku, and he basically he basically like burned off his skin, and then suddenly like Bakugo was like he just like steps away. He's like a bit sorry, you know. He didn't really want to really hurt him, you know, just like bullying. It was like nothing bad. So you know, but then he sees that like his body is like boiling like it's basically like the same, and it just regenerates. And Baku was like, what was that? And he's like, Deku's like, oh, maybe I do have a quirk. This is amazing. I do have a quirk, and he's like really happy, you know, because he has a quirk. So yeah. Okay. So yeah, he knows that he basically has a quirk in quotation marks. You know, he has a quirk, I guess. So yeah, he doesn't really get worried after that because you know he has a quirk. You know, Baku's like, yeah, okay, regeneration quirk's not bad, I guess. Not as powerful as mine because obviously I'm Bakugo. So he's like, you know, so sludge villain attack. Basically, what will happen here is that he will get attacked by the sludge villain, but he will accidentally just turn the sludge villain. You know, he has like those little Mahito has like those little dolls, you could say. He basically just wants to escape the sludge villain, and he turns the sludge villain actually into that like soul body. I don't know how it's called. Like he used like the soul to form them in like little, I guess, puppets, you could say. So yeah, basically he does that, and he's like, what just happened? And he just fucking takes the puppet with him and runs home. He's like really scared of what happened. Like he doesn't actually know what he did or anything. So yeah, I guess that's on him. Yeah. So Baku will not actually get attacked by Sludge Villain here because, you know, Sludge Villain is dead, I guess. Or not dead, but, you know, he's now a curse, I guess. So, yeah. On my successor, I have no clue. Let's just say, like in the last What If, it's just gonna be, like, open who is gonna be the successor. So, yeah. For the 10-month training, we're just going through the normal stuff. Like, he's just gonna be training how his powers work, you know, and he tries, you know, he knows that his powers work like on living things, so he doesn't really want to do this, but he like traps a few rats in the sewers, and he basically just traps them and takes them with him to test on them. And I don't know if it works on rats. Like, I'm not sure. Okay, wait. This is really Okay, wait. Let's just say it works on animals because for the plot, you know, so he doesn't really have to use a human to test this. So he's just gonna be using this on rats and actually seeing, like, you know, he can like transform shit. Let's just say they have souls, like, you know, for plot conveniences. So okay, so it's just basically now what he's gonna do, and he's like gonna train with that, I guess. And he actually learns that he can like use idle transfiguration on his body. So, you know, he can like form himself into anything. So yeah. Basically what people are gonna be thinking is that he, you know, he can like shape his body and shit. And yeah, so it's basically what's gonna happen. Yeah. So yeah, he notices that he can like use these little dolls to create curses, you know. Basically, he creates curses. He like forms their body and shit, you know. So yeah, he learns that. Yeah, that's basically what he learned in the 10 months. Yeah. So yeah, we're gonna be going to the entrance exams, like always. Entrance exams. It's gonna be pretty problematic for him because, you know, like can't really do much against the robots, but what he's gonna do is basically he will form his body into like tiny mass, you know, like tiny flesh, I guess. It's not really flesh because he's still a curse, you know, but you know what I mean. Okay. So he will actually go into like make himself so small, and he will be able to like move into the robots and destroy them that way. So he like basically destroys them by manipulating their, not manipulating, but like destroying them. But then he basically gets surprised by a robot that's attacking him from behind. Let's say it's a level 1 pointer robot, you know. And basically he then learns how to use cursed energy to like punch, you know. He used cursed energy before to like manipulate souls, but he now learns how to use them to punch. So yeah, that's basically, he will just destroy the robot, you know. And then he just slaps all the other robots. He's going wild, like the animations are going insane. He's just comboing them all. He's just giving left and right. He's just beating them all up, all the robots he sees, you know. So yeah, he just uses a bit of his idle transfiguration, like make his hand larger and shit to like hit harder. That's how he's just gonna do that, I guess. So yeah, engineering exam he obviously passes, you know. But some people notice that he's like a bit crazy, you know. He was pretty crazy when he like defeated all the robots. He like laughed and shit, like really evil laugh, and they're a bit scared of him, you know, because he just left and right like defeated all of them. And yeah, for Uraraka, I guess she was saved by someone else, you know. Let's just say that. Okay, so he's gonna be meeting his class, and everyone is actually gonna be scared of him. Like after 1 week, obviously, everyone's gonna be scared of him. Not everyone, but well, Bakugo not, I guess. But a few people are gonna be scared of him because, you know, he laughed while he was just taking out the trash. You know, all the robots. He just, you know, defeated. So they're a little bit scared of him. So they look at him like weirdly, and they how do you call it, they just talk about him, like, so he doesn't hear obviously, but they talk about him like, oh nah, that guy is evil, you know. He's kind of sus, you know. So yeah, the little test, so Aizawa comes in and he's like, oh yeah, shut up, we will go outside and like test your quirks and shit, you know. So yeah, they're gonna be doing that, and Deku really can't do much, I guess, here, like for the strength, you know, where they have to like, how do you call it? Where they have to like strength, test their strength. He's actually gonna be really good because, you know, he does have enhanced strength. So yeah, he does that at best, you know. For the running part, I guess he's faster than normal humans, but he's not like that fast, I guess. And he doesn't really know how to use cursed energy to like enhance his whole body. So, you know, he's not that fast, but he's not the slowest. And for the throwing part, he is actually just gonna what is he gonna do? Let's say, yeah, I know what he's gonna do now. So basically, he will throw a puppet, and while he throws the puppet and the ball, and while he throws that, basically there's gonna be a curse spawning, catching the ball and throwing it further. So that will like be how it works, I guess. And then everyone's just gonna be shocked, like, we thought your quirks like body manipulation. He's like, yeah, I can like disconnect my. He just says like, yeah, I can disconnect my body and just like make basically make monsters out of it. Like it's basically my imagination. So my imagination is not that far that I can like clone myself and shit. So basically just explains it like that, and everyone's just gonna be okay. He then secretly picks up the it falls down like the curse, and he's just gonna transform it back. Like secretly he's like, okay, you come here. He doesn't really want to get catched. Like he shaping souls out here. So yeah. We're just gonna skip, I guess, to the battle against other students, like the test with All Might. And yeah, I want to say something. We're not actually gonna be doing a ship in this what if, I don't think like Mahito doesn't really like show interest in women or like even in other he's like cursed, so I don't know, it's like weird, I guess. So there won't be a ship in this what if. So just if you're disappointed and want to get off, just like, why do you need a ship in every what if? Just like one time is not bad, okay? One time, if it's left out, it's not bad, okay? Listen to me. This is gonna be good, okay? Just stick on here, okay? So yeah, battle against other students. This is gonna be epic because he's actually gonna fight with Bakugo. But let's get into it. He's actually gonna fight with Ochako because I don't need to like switch teams, I guess. So yeah, the same teams, and he's gonna tell Ochako, yeah, I'm dealing with this myself. You can like go secretly to the bomb, I guess. That's like all I can do. And yeah, Katsuki comes out of like the corner and flashes at him with his explosions, but he can just regenerate. So Katsuki basically just goes full power because he knows Deku's gonna regenerate, and he obviously is. Sorry for that. So yeah, Katsuki's just going all out, and Deku basically he just makes his hand like bigger and just punches Katsuki, but not that hard, so he doesn't like break his bones or anything. He still has to look out to not kill anyone, because that would be bad for him. So yeah. Okay, so he's just gonna punch him, and Katsuki just like he blasts at Deku again, and he will basically make himself smaller, and then he will make himself larger again to punch him again. So he basically like dodges all the attacks and punch him again, until Katsuki is like knocked out, I guess. So that's only the only solution. And he goes to the bomb. He like sees Ochako struggling, and so basically what he does is he uses one of his puppets to make like a little curse, I guess. And he tells the curse to run at what's his name? Ida. Yeah, Ida. And basically he just attacks Ida, and he just says to Ochako, yeah, grab the bomb, it's fine now. He just didn't want to do the work himself, I guess. So yeah. So he's actually gonna be winning, obviously. No Katsuki comeback here. So yeah, we're just gonna be skipping to the USJ incident. So yeah, they go to USJ like normally, and they're gonna get teleported and shit, and he's just gonna use his body manipulation to like directly get on the boat, to not get like trapped in the water and shit. So yeah, what he basically does is he will just send he will use one of his puppets, I guess. I'm just gonna call them puppets now, or yeah, I'm gonna call them puppets, or I don't think there's like any other name for it. I will just be calling them puppets, you know. If you're not fine with this, you know, then I guess you're not fine with this. But I'm gonna be keeping it as puppets, you know. I don't have any other name. So yeah, he's just gonna use one of his puppets to make a larger curse. I don't know if it's a curse spirit he makes, but you know, he just uses his soul manipulation and he like makes a giant more bigger, and he has like giant arms and shit. So he just beats him up in the water, like not Deku himself, but you know, his curse, I guess. So yeah, he will just be doing that, and yeah, basically that's how all that is. So yeah, he will. Okay. So he beat them up, I guess. He doesn't really beat him up, but you know. But what he does is like he jumps into the water, like gets his puppet back, and he uses them as a basically as a trampoline to jump back out of the water. So he's really savage. He just like just uses them as his like jump platform, I guess, and he just jumps back on the boat, and yeah. So yeah, he then sees, let's say he just like wants to like fight other people, you know. So yeah, he just sees a few villains. Let's just say there's a few villains on land that are like lost, I guess. They don't fight anyone. So he just gonna jump off the boat onto land. Let's just say he can like jump. Maybe he will just jump really like far, I guess. So he will jump really far to the land, and he will actually be killing them. Not with his power, not with his like strength or anything, but he will just turn them into like his dolls. Did I call them? I could call them dolls. I guess I'm just call them dolls, okay? Okay. So yeah, he's gonna turn them into the dolls, and he will just put them in his pocket. Like he has, let's say, like for his hero costume, he's basically like dressed as Mahito. He has like this basically just the same outfit as Mahito, and he has like he like stores them in himself, you know. That's what he does in the series, I think. So yeah, basically what he's gonna be doing, and yeah, so he is just gonna like walk on and look for other villains, you know. He just wants to fight, I guess. So he sees Aizawa getting like fighting with Shigaraki. So he's just like, okay, I guess I help them, and he just rushes over to them, and he like kicks Shigaraki with like he manipulates his body, I guess soul, you can say that, but yeah, okay. So he kicks him, like his body manipulation makes his foot bigger, I guess, and he kicks what's his name again, Shigaraki, like really hard, and he just flies away. So he just says, yeah, get the Nomu, like I'm not dealing with the shit, get the Nomu. And basically the Nomu's like monster, so he's like, no, that is a monster. So basically he just goes up to the Nomu just like, he punches him straight into the face, and he has like his like whole face is like shaped otherwise, like the Nomu like punches really hard, you know, and his face is basically has like a giant, like just imagine the Nomu like punching in the ground. That's basically how his face is gonna be like. So he's just gonna have like a giant, not hole, but you know, like a crater on his head, and it's just gonna grow back, you know, like normally, and it's just he's just fine. And then he holds his hand onto the Nomu, and it's just gonna transform, you know, into like another doll. But this doll is actually gonna be like really strong and a bit bigger. It's just gonna look different, I guess. So yeah, he's just transforming this Nomu into a doll, and everyone that looked at him, even Aiza was like, what did you just do? And he says like, yeah, I may be able to use my body manipulation on other people too, you know, maybe like, no, he just it's just like, yeah, on the Nomu, I guess it's allowed, I guess, because it's a monster. How can you save like a monster? I don't know, it's a monster, you know. So it basically it's just gonna be fine that he just killed the Nomu. Basically, he basically killed the Nomu. So yeah. It's just gonna be fine for everyone for some reason. Let's just say plot. So yeah. Shigaraki's just gonna escape because, you know, Nomu beaten up, like not beaten up, but just like manipulated, I guess, and turned to doll. He's just like, okay, no, I'm going, bye. So All Might arrives and he's like, I am here, and everyone's like, it's already finished, like we already solved it. And he's like, oh well, that was a waste of time. And yeah, basically, yeah, we're just gonna be fine with this, I guess. So for the sport festival, will just begin. The obstacle race, you know, is the first task. And in this, Mahito's actually just gonna be a bit, you know, not that good. He can't really do much, so he just basically tries to be like as fast as he can. And you know what Deku basically did, you know, with the metal sheet, I think it was. He's just gonna hang on this, like basically like Deku, and you know, he like triggered all the mines. I guess it's just gonna be the same as in canon. That's how he gets first place. So yeah, basically like that. But he uses his manipulation power to like get on there and shit, you know, basically like that. But he's not actually gonna be like really scared and shit, you know. He's just completely fine with it, and he just gets first. He's just gonna get the same team, I guess, just like whatever. For the cavalry battle. So yeah, he is, you know, he's just gonna sit on top there, and he will just use his body manipulation to like try to block off attacks. And he actually quite solidly does this, like whenever an attack like launched, and let's say Bakugo tries to like float explosions, he just makes like a bit meat shield in quotation marks, because like not meat, but you know what I mean. He like forms his body into a meat, into a shield. So yeah, he basically gets first place in the cavalry battle as well. And we're gonna go to the fights, and Shinzo against Deku. How this is gonna go is basically Shinzo will just like shit talk, I guess. Deku will actually be gonna be like, oh yeah, okay. He will actually just answer. And when Shinzo like takes over his body, it just gonna like disturb him, because you know Curse has like all those feelings inside of him and shit, and he's just basically gonna pass out because of him taking over Mahito, or Deku in this case. No. So yeah, Deku against Todoroki. I think it's yeah. Okay. We're gonna go deep into this fight. So the fight begins, and Deku is like from the beginning. He knows that Shoto doesn't only have an ice quirk. He also has a fire quirk. Like, he has both in one quirk. So he's like, by the way, you can use a fire side. That's like totally fine. He's like, no, I'm not using it because of my dad. He's like, yeah, I'm not using it, man. And Mahito's Deku is just gonna be like, okay, if you want to lose, I guess. He just doesn't really care about, So the fight begins, like in canon. Shoto will actually be like blasting his eyes on him, and he's just gonna get hit. He doesn't care. He gets hit in the everywhere. Like, his arms get torn off. His stomach gets, eye shot in it and shit. He just like takes out the eyes of his body and is like, okay, I see how this works. Or he's just gonna like manipulate, and so he goes back into his normal form, manipulate around the eyes, So yeah, Shoto is just gonna like see that he can't really do much, so he decides to actually use his fire form. And Deku's just gonna be like, oh yeah, that's the spirit, and they will actually be like doing the latest fight you have ever seen. Mahito will use body manipulation to like block the fire, just get rid of the ice, and to like try and get closer to him. And actually, Joe's gonna be doing like a really big blast of fire, but Deku will actually be able to dodge this, and he is so near at to Shoto that he's actually like basically in front of him, and he just makes his hand like really big and just slams him down. So yeah, Shoto he loses obviously, and we'll go into the next match, Bakugo against Deku. So the fight begins. Obviously Bakugo like, blasting his explosion, like, oh yeah, I'm gonna beat you, Deku. This, you know that I'm stronger, and Deku's gonna be like, I know that I am stronger, and he's just gonna be like, and Bakugo's gonna be like, I know I'm stronger. Your Quirk is so weak, only manipulating your body. The others are just too weak, and he will actually just like basically do an evil laugh, and he's like, you seriously think that you are stronger? Well, let's see. And the fight begins basically. So yeah. Basically, he will heal all his explosion damage, and he will just use curse energy to like make himself stronger. And he just knocks him out. He's just wild. He's just the fight against Todoroki was way more cool and shit, but I don't know. So yeah, he's gonna win obviously. So yeah. For the hero name, I guess he's just gonna pick Mahito because it's just like a word that he likes, I guess. So he's just actually, his hero name is actually gonna be Mahito. For the internship, I have no clue. Literally, I have no clue. I guess just for shits and giggles, we're just gonna say he's gonna go to Jeans. What's his name? What is the name of Jeans? Yeah, his hero names was Jeans, I guess. What was it? That? No, his hero name was something else. You know who I mean? The Suganagu. Yeah, best genius. Right. He's just gonna go to best genius because I have never done something with him before. He's like a cool guy, I guess. And he like manipulates like fiber, so I guess like it fits a bit with manipulating things. So he is just gonna go there because he like manipulates shit too, and he like uses body manipulation, so I guess that fits. Actually, I didn't even know it would fit, but it does. So yeah, he's just gonna go there, and he's just being badass there. He's always being badass. He's like always flexing and shit and laughing at everything. Just for shits and giggles. He's like always having fun, I guess. Just like Mahito. Except in fights, he's that is serious. So yeah. Internship, I guess we can just like go with. He's just gonna like train his control, I guess. It's like all, I guess. So he just learns how to better manipulate souls. Let's just say he can like actually use his cursed energy to use on his whole body, and he can actually use body repel, which is basically like a technique where he basically just out of his body he like multiplies the souls, I guess that's how it works. But he doesn't really multiply the souls, but he multiplies like the soul energy. So he just makes like a big attack, like in the manga I think it was like a giant mouth or something, basically that he can use that now. It's actually called Batai in the manga, I see now. Okay. So yeah, he is able to use that now. Internship, like he's gonna go there and learn the shit. So then there's gonna be the Stain attacks, the Stain attack, Stain just fucks up a few heroes, and Ida's just gonna be like, yeah, you have to revenge my brother, and let's just say he's like, he just wants to do something, and yeah, he's just chilling, I guess. So he just walking out late. He's just bored, he just wants to do this, I guess. So yeah, he basically just goes out and he notices this all because he obviously does. So Stain, I'm gonna fight against Stain because it will like make his reputation better, and he doesn't need Ida to die. He's not like Ida's not his wife or anything. If anything, he's like I don't know, just a classmate, I guess. So he's not actually gonna want to let him die if he sees this. He's he's still like a bit evil, but you know what I mean. So he is just so basically he will just fight against him with his cursed energy, and like in my last word of in the Rimuru one, Stain will try to cut Deku, and he has no blood, so Stain is just like, bruh, you're kidding me. This is my only ability and I can't use it. What the fuck? He's not actually gonna say this, but he's gonna be thinking this. He's like, what? He has no blood. What? How? What? And he's just like, okay, I guess I need to like cut off something, I guess. So you like, let's say he just cuts off his Deku's left arm, and just it's gonna grow back. So yeah, he's like, okay, cool. Like Stain's just gonna be like, okay, cool. Like I can do nothing, I guess. So yeah, not Mahito, but Deku is just gonna use his cursed energy to just punch Pain out of the alleyway, and everyone's just gonna see Pain, and he's like, he just gives his speech and like, like the only hero who can kill me is All Might, and then Deku just comes up and basically he just kicks him where he makes like a giant foot again, like a giant leg, I guess, and just kicks him, and Pain's just gonna Pain, yeah, Pain. Now it's Naruto, you know. No, Stain is actually gonna be hurt so much that he's actually gonna die. So yeah, he's actually gonna die because of this, and this will just be like said in the media as like an incident that, you know, Stain died. It's like, you know, it's like he killed many people too, so, you know, it was an accident that he died, you know. But Deku's actually gonna get a punishment for this. He's like, let's say, I don't know. What punishment do I get? Give him. It's just probably gonna be like a lesson, like a few lessons after school. He has to like stay there and has to like learn that he isn't allowed to kill people and shit. Let's just say that. That's a good. That's something good. Yeah, that's good. That's good. So yeah. So the credits obviously go to Endeavor because yes. So the race, there was this little race with the students. He's actually gonna be copying Tape Guy. I don't know what to call him. So yeah, he's just gonna be faster than him because, you know, he's body manipulation, so he can like form his body to like swing up more. So, you know, he's just gonna be faster than this guy, you know. He's gonna be first. But this doesn't really matter. It's a race like in between. It's just like basically filler. So yeah, fight against the pro heroes. This will actually like, matter a bit. I don't know if the race was part of the exam. Maybe, I don't know. So yeah, a fight against the pro heroes. It's just gonna be the same team, and yeah, Barcook was like, oh yeah, don't stand in my way. He's like suppressed them, they were just gonna say, you too, and he's gonna be like smiling, because he actually wants to fight against All Might. He doesn't want to escape, he just wants to fight him, because, you know, Mahito's a bit crazy, so I guess that fits. So yeah, All Might just gonna show up and he's like, oh yeah, I'm strong. And All Might doesn't really want to hurt them, but Deku just tanks the hit, which All Might just didn't expect, you know. Like All Might like tries to punch Deku, he just made it extol, so it doesn't really hit him, but Deku was just like, oh yeah, hit me. So yeah, basically All Might like tried to like slow down his punch, so he didn't really hit him that hard. So Deku's just gonna say, why are you holding back? Like, I know you have to have like handicap because you're not really strong, but you're still holding back. And he's like, no, I don't want to hurt my students. And he's like, Deku's like, I literally have a quirk to heal myself. Why are you holding back, bro? But he's just not actually gonna say bro, but you know, he's gonna say, why are you holding back? You know. So yeah. So Oma will throw him up, and Deku sees this obviously as a really good option to use body repel, and he's just gonna send this like giant mouth at him, or like a giant, let's say like a giant ball of meat, like basically without the mouth. So basically that will like push him down. He will enhance this with cursed energy, and yeah, basically. So he's gonna punch him down, you know. And this will not actually defeat All Might, because All Might, you know, is strong. He do be strong. So yeah, All Might will just, you know, he's like, nah, yeah, okay, that was a pretty good punch, and we're just gonna stand up. And they're actually gonna be like trading hands and just gonna be fighting like really hard. Deku has just hit tank the hits, you know, because he has to. He doesn't really have an option. So yeah. He just does that, I guess. Yeah, so they fight, and Bakugo is just, he's like, okay, I do want to win, so I'm just getting the shit out of here. And Deku just can't seem to, like, beat All Might, so he's like, okay, I'm trying to leave too, and All Might just, like, tries to hit him, and, to, like, not let him escape, but, he just tanks all the hit and just leaves. So yeah, he's just gonna do that, I guess. So yeah. Yeah, so they go shopping. He's like super bored, he doesn't want to shop. He's like, I really don't want to do this. So he basically just like goes to sit down. Then Shigaraki is gonna come. He's like, oh yeah, I'm gonna, if you do shit, I'm gonna evaporate. He's like, and Deku is like, then you have chosen the wrong one. And he's like, what do you mean? And he's like, and Deku's like, well, I can like regenerate my body if you like try to, and I can literally just make like a giant arm pop out of my head right now and just punch you. And so you better leave, because I don't want to fight in the mall. So he just basically says, I would leave if I were you. And Shigaraki is actually going to be like, oh yeah, wait, I fought a god. So he's going to leave. So we're just going to skip to the training camp. They get hit by the giant earth avalanche, and Deku just doesn't care. So the giant earth monsters, and he's like, oh, that's similar ability to mine. I guess I can use my ability too then, I guess. So he's like, he just gets out his dolls, and he's like, okay, yeah, here one, and he basically like copies those golems, I guess. And but his are obviously stronger because they're not made of earth, but they are made of soul energy. Yeah, basically. So yeah, he just like, they beat the shit out of the like golems, I guess. So yeah, that's basically what's gonna be happening. So he arrives obviously because he's cool, and he's not actually gonna get hit by Koda because he just doesn't really want to introduce himself to like a child. So he's like, just like, no, I'm not doing this. And basically Ida will just take the hit because it's Ida, so yeah, they train the quirks. Deku just trains too. He sees like what he can still do, and let's say he just gets enhanced. So yeah, he's gonna be able to use a curtain. I don't think he can use his domain expansion yet because that would be a bit stupid OP, and not his final form. So let's say he can just I don't know, let's say he can use his polymorphic soul isomer, this name. Okay, so basically can like use a soul into a body. So basically he can like use a soul that has weak rejection. He can like use it into a body, and it will actually become like self-working thing, I guess, So yeah, that's actually what's gonna be happening, I guess. So yeah, that he will learn that, I guess, and he will also learn Black Flash. So yeah, he can use Black Flash now, so that's pretty cool, you know. So you know, Black Flash pretty cool. Yeah. So wait. I don't see where. Okay. They cook and shit. Like then the villains start attacking. Let's just skip when the villains are attacking. So the villains attack, and Deku just sees this and he's like, okay. And he basically, the first villain you saw was like muscular, so he's like, okay, I'm gonna beat that guy up. And no muscular, he's like heavy hitter, but now that Deku has Black Flash, he's just gonna use it, like directly after he learned it. He uses it, like hits perfectly, then he hits another Black Flash, and another one, and another one, and another one. So 5 Black Flashes, which is actually kind of sick. And Muscular is just basically gonna pass out because of those Black Flashes. So yeah. He's just like, no. He's a bit beaten up. So he defeated Muscular and he's like, okay, I'm gonna help the other people, and basically just wants to fight people and like try to get a new doll for himself, you know, like secretly, you know, like secretly make a villain disappear, let's say. So yeah, he's just gonna go into the forest and search for a few villains, and he will actually see like Spinner and Magneto, it was, I think. So he's just gonna see them and like, yeah, you know, there were the other people in there. So yeah, he can't really make them adults. So yeah, he will just basically he will just fight them normally, like with his Black Flash and body manipulation, but he will just beat the shit out of them. He will go on, let's just say, he goes to like Aizawa and sees like he's like fighting against what's his name again? The guy against Darby. It's actually not Darby, but it's like a clone. So he helps him, like uses body manipulation to block like one of the attacks. And Aizawa's like, yeah, can you tell them that they can like now fight? And he's like, okay, that's fine, so I can do that. And he just goes around. You know, he's faster than a normal person, so he's like faster, I guess. So he just goes around and tells the people, you know, you can fight now. No, I can do that myself, but you know, you can fight now, I guess. So you know, he just tries to like fight a few other villains, but he can't really find any. That's like kind of stupid, but you know, let's just say it works this way, and Baku is actually gonna get stolen. Basically, Deku's just really lost. He's basically Zoro. So you know, he's really lost. He doesn't know anything, and when he gets back, he hears like, oh yeah, they took him and shit. You know, he's like, oh wait, I missed all of it. So yeah, so we don't like directly kill the whole villain league, you know. So yeah, they like there's 2 other students talk like about like following the normal, and they could just hear this and it's like, okay, that sounds interesting. I'm actually gonna be following them in secret. And how is he going to do that? Obviously, he is gonna make himself smaller into like let's say into like a body, like a tiny flesh part, you know, it's just gonna fit into one of their pockets, I guess. It's basically just gonna go with them that way. So yeah. He's just gonna go with them, and he's just secretly, you know, gonna like go away and like see if to know actually gonna like turn two of them into how do you say, like when All For One arrives and he knows that they're like not looking anymore, he's just like, okay, my Nomus. He's like, he takes two of them, like he transforms two of them. He's like, okay, these are my no, and he just goes away. So he sees All For One, and but All For One doesn't see him yet. So he's like, oh shit, this guy's strong, but no. I can't really fight against him because, you know, I don't have a license yet and shit. So yeah, All Might is just gonna arrive, and he sees Deku and just gonna say like, yeah, go away, you know. And he's like, well, I can beat that guy, but, you know, I do need a permission to do that. All Might just like, you can help me, okay? I know you're very strong. You're not allowed to kill him. You're not allowed to like manipulate his body or anything. And Deku's just like, alright. And so basically they're gonna be a tag team combo, and Deku's just gonna get the shit beat him out of him. But this doesn't matter because he doesn't give a shit. He just regenerates. And All For One's just like, what? I have beaten you so many times. Why are you not dying? And Deku's just like, oh well, yeah, I have a good quirk. This actually didn't happen, but, you know, yeah, basically All For One just a bit confused because he like hits him that many times, but he's not dying yet, and that's like not how it normally works for him. He's basically like normally just like, okay, yeah, one hit, except for All Might, but All Might still takes hits, you know. So yeah, Nick is just gonna use like a giant soul manipulation. He's just gonna like a giant fist, I guess. And he's just gonna use like a soul multiplying to like make a reaction that can like cause a giant, you know, the how do you call it? Basically just makes a giant attack, and All Might finishes it with the famous United States of Smash. That was a bad interpretation, but no. He just uses United States. He just does the United States of Smash, and no, All For One gets captured. All Might didn't really have to use that much of his power yet, so he's a bit stronger, but it's like not much. Basically, what's gonna be happening after this, I guess, the rooms, I don't know, it's like Mahito, I don't know, he has like voodoo dolls or something, I guess. It's like something, I don't know what Mahito would have in a room. Like a bit. I have no clue. Let's just say he has like a few dolls and shit, because, you know, like, I guess obsessed with them. I don't know. His room is like a bit darker and a bit, you know, like purplish, I guess. You can say that, I guess. So that's how that's gonna work. So yeah, special techniques. Deku's actually gonna get a special technique, and this is actually gonna be his Ryoiki Tenkai. So his and I can't talk. Self-embodiment of perfection, his domain expansion. He's actually gonna unlock this, but, you know, he's just not actually gonna show it because, you know, he knows he unlocked this, but he's not actually gonna show it. Because, you know, yes. So yeah. The license exam. Okay. Let's just go over this. Quickly. the first part, was pretty interesting, I guess. So, he just reflects all the balls that could hit him, and just like uses body manipulation to like hit other people, and secretly hit other people with his little dolls that he can turn like into. I'm gonna just call them curses, but I don't know if they're curses. I have no clue. Sorry, I did read the manga, but I'm not that. I don't really know it. Sorry. Okay, so Deku and Bakugo won't fight because why would they? Mirio and the other two, the big three, I always call them. They're gonna arrive, and Mirio's gonna go fight against the whole class, and Mirio's gonna fight against Deku, and Deku's just gonna be like, so basically, Mirio's gonna hit him, and Deku's just gonna be like, and now? Question mark, and Mirio's just like, oh well, fuck. So Deku like uses his manipulation, it's like soul manipulation, to manipulate his hand and make it like large, to knock him down. Mirio will actually dodge into the ground, but he's gonna need to tank a few hits, and he's gonna lose to Deku, because he can't really do much against him. And he just gives up and says to every other person except Deku, like, yeah, you have to train except this guy. He's pretty strong. So yeah, agency, I guess he goes to Jeans again, and uses like perfects his manipulation. Like let's say he perfects his manipulation. He's gonna go to Overhaul raid because they know he's pretty strong, so he needs to go there, and he has like a license, I guess. So yeah, he can now fight it, like fight again in the raid. So the raid is gonna start. He's just gonna be like going in. He's actually just gonna be like secretly. He looks around and he sees that one guy. He's like, oh yeah, you could be a good doll. So he just goes up to him, and the guy wants to fight him, but he just doesn't take damage, and he's like, oh yeah, you're my doll now. And yeah, basically that's what's gonna happen. So yeah. That's basically how it's gonna work. And so yeah, he's actually gonna see like Overhaul, and the fight's gonna be like pretty intense, but he's gonna be hit, but it just doesn't matter. He did, like, he was hit a few times, but he can just regenerate. He is like the reincarnation of Mahito, so why would it matter for him? So he gets hit, but he actually sees that basically he has like a similar quirk to him. Well, Deku doesn't really have the quirk, but you know what I mean, a similar ability. So he knows that he has to use his last form. So he uses instant spirit body of distorted killing. So yeah. This form actually makes him a lot stronger. And how he uses this form, what he's gonna do. He's basically just gonna rip his whole face off. So basically Deku just rips his whole face off, and it's just gonna be like turning into this form where he's actually gonna be a lot stronger, and he's gonna be a tank. It's gonna be taking all those hits and like they're nothing. So yeah, he just goes through all of the attacks. Overhaul has to go in this giant form, and Deku just doesn't really know what to do now. So basically what he does is he jumps up to Overhaul where he is, and he's like he forms, out of his mouth, his hands, like he transforms back into his normal form, and like uses it like he did in the anime. And it says Ryuiki Tenkai Jihei in in Dunkel. I don't know how to say it, but so he uses his domain expansion and actually gets to manipulate. His domain expansion allows him to manipulate everyone. So who is in that how you call it, who's in that domain expansion. So basically just manipulates overhaul, it's like turn to go, and because it was a big threat, he like thought it was fine. So yeah, overhaul's gonna get beaten up. Festival, I'm just gonna be skipping this, and the rest is history, because season 2 doesn't really have much to do with Deku. Just only the class wipe, but that's boring. So yeah, I guess this what if ends now, this movie. If you liked it, I know this wasn't, I had like a few stops in between because I always thought of stuff. Very sorry for this. I'm actually right now on a big, I need to hurry up to make this what if, to still get it done by today. So I'm sorry for this, I guess. Go subscribe, go like, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.